Good morning, good afternoon, good middle of the night. This is Michelle Williams, your Survey 123 Jedi, and we are at the Esri conference, and we are having a blast. It's the Thursday before the big party. And this is Matt. He's from Bad Elf.
Hi, everyone.
He drew me a little caricature in their newsletter. So I wanted to share his journey because when he started talking about his journey to me, I'm all, you need to share that with the world. So I'm just going to let you take it away.
Oh, okay. So before COVID, I work for Bad Elf, and I'm the art director for Bad Elf. And before COVID, I used to do freelance jobs for Bad Elf, and they would hire me to do, single use images for whatever purpose, whether it be for marketing or an in-house objective, whatever. And COVID hit, and I saw they put on an ad, and they were looking for a marketing social media person. And I went for it, Hail Mary pass, and I went for a myriad of jobs because COVID basically decimated my studio as far as the different services, public speaking, all these different things that were happening. So I went for it. It was the best interview I've ever had in my entire life. And like the questions that were coming across, and it was all virtual, right? Because everything was shut down. And they talked about the storytelling. They talked about putting cartoons into marketing and using them to push the business and kind of the mission statement of the company. And it really kind of synced with a lot of the things that I hold dear in my life and in my career path. So over the years, I started just drawing social media content to basically prepare people that Bad Elf was going to be in that space. If they didn't have a table, it would be a sticker, right? Like a sighting sticker. If they had the table, I would design the table. And then as COVID started to lighten up a little bit, I actually cornered the CEO, John Cunningham. I cornered him in the parking lot at my little office in Granby, Connecticut. I have a nice little office on the town green next to an ice cream place. It's a miracle I don't look like Jabba the Hutt.
Nice.
I've only been there 3 times, but it's delightful ice cream. I cornered him in the parking lot. I just said, hey, listen, you're not using me right yet. And I told him about the caricature function that I have. And he sent me to Vegas to a big surveyor show. And I drew 70 people in a day. And word got back. I didn't know, but they were actually communicating to, they call them the P4. I call them the Illuminati, but all the bosses, they were communicating to them what was going on at the show, which was pretty awesome. And I was hired full-time pretty much right after.
Nice.
It's been a wild ride. I get to pitch a lot of content, and what's great is a lot of the concept art that I produce, it may not make it, but when we start getting traction and it starts to streamline and you start passing it around to the Illuminati and they start feeling good about it, it gets pretty exciting.
Yeah.
Just so you know, and I'm guessing because it's a Jedi themed show, the Illuminati that I'm referencing is not the shrouded in mystery group, but the actual, like the superhero alliance that the non-comic readers got to see in the Doctor Strange movie.
I love that.
So it was kind of nice that happened shortly thereafter. But working on the newsletter, right? So we talked about the real struggle with newsletter marketing and through email. We all tend to throw that content away. We see it and we toss it. Well, we produce a comic story that people can read every month, and you know this. We tell complete stories in that space, but we also hide links that direct to content that may help people in the GPS, GNSS industries, which I think is pretty awesome. We let people know what trade shows are coming around and what ones that we're specifically going to be going to. Blog posts, webinars, we hide that. Well, it's not really hidden, but it's tucked into the comic story, not in an obtrusive way. And I don't want to say too much, but it's fun to read, and you should read it closely. I love doing that. Nick Smolowski is the writer, the author of the comic, and we'll talk about pitch ideas, and then we'll sculpt it down to what we can actually create in a story. It's easy to read on a computer or a phone, but it's great. It's great, and that's just one of the many things that I get to do. So Nick and Dave, they do a lot of educational content. They travel around, they lecture. I get to support them with images, and I take it very seriously. If I get to work with somebody new at Bad Elf, I take it really serious because I want them to look
Oh, yeah.
really good. So I'm gonna bust my butt to make sure they look good. And it's super rewarding for me. They get to stand behind my product, behind the Flex or the Flex Mini.
Yeah.
It's super exciting. And and one of the coolest things, they retrofit my artwork into the packaging of the Flex. And when you open the Flex Mini, it is filled with my artwork.
I love that.
So you open it up and there's surprises galore inside.
I love that.
It's really cool. And they send me all over the country to draw people.
I love that. Can you tell them a little bit about that book that you were telling me about the first time you got one of the yellow books and we did some cartoon?
The yellow books, so I'm a Star Wars fan too, and I'm a Conan fan first, and one of my friends had given me some damaged old Conan soft covers, and I didn't know what to do with them. I already had better versions of them, so I illustrated the author on one of the pages in the book, and I really was like kind of surprised in what I was able to do in that space. So then I went and bought the original Star Wars: A New Hope, and I found a real beat up yellowed one, and I was drawing photorealistic versions of like the what was his hammerhead, the hammerhead. I'm sure you know the better name. Maybe you don't. The hammerhead character that was in the cantina.
Oh yes, I don't know his name though.
Photorealistic sketches of Chewie and Han Solo and even Queen Amidala and all these different characters, and it was so fun. And I would bring them to different comic shows, and people were really, really into it. So I still kind of do that on the side because I have a graphic novel series for kids, and I'll put those things off to the side, and it catches people that are into the things that we like.
Oh yeah, I like that.
Yeah,
we're kind of nerdy lately.
it's super nerdy like that.
All right.
Let's be honest.
We'll put some links in here so before we
that would
head
be
out.
so awesome.
You like that?
Yeah.
All right,
yeah.
This is Matt, and just to let you know, Nick wears a bad elf costume,
He wore it all day in here on Tuesday,
and it was hot.
and then he wore it for Kids Day, which
Did
was
they?
2 hours, which
Yeah.
was good.
Yeah,
Yeah, you won't see it today.
No.
It's too hot.
but
It's too hot.
he's amazing. The whole team is so much fun.
It's true.
So, bad elf.
Thank you so much for this opportunity. Thanks for letting me talk to your Padawans, your Jedi Council. What do you call yourself?
Yeah, we are all that.
All that.
We are all that.
All right. May the Force be with you.